All right, let's head back to the phones. We're going to go to David in Winter Park. David, tell me what's going on.
Yes, sir. I just purchased a brand new 2022 VW Tiguan, and the person told me that I didn't need to change the oil out for 10,000 miles. And I want to put AMSOIL in it, so I'll probably be making a visit to you. Did he tell me the right thing, or because I was under the impression you run it a couple of thousand miles, and then that's when you change out to AMSOIL?
With the oil change monitoring systems a lot of the European cars use, David, now this is not anything I would ever prescribe under any circumstances whatsoever. But do you know there is folks that'll take a BMW back to a dealer with 20,000 mile on their oil, and unless that oil monitoring system that's in the car says to change the oil, they don't change it. They will leave it in there. And me, that just sends shivers down my back. I'm like, I think that's crazy town talk. I would never leave an oil in my engine. Number one, for 20,000 mile, and darn sure not over 20,000 mile without sending the oil out for analysis to have it checked. I know that these monitoring systems that they have on these computers are pretty smart and intelligent, but how in the world are they going to be able to tell you if there is fuel contamination or anything else in that oil? It's going to take a real analysis in order to come up with that type of information. I don't, when it comes time for your first oil change, let's think about it like this. I think anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 mile is fine. Now, what happens is, and the reason a lot of these car manufacturers want to extend these oil changes out as far as they possibly can, and even judging, error-wise as far as what could happen in it to an engine by using the oil as long as they do. I know they're not using AMSOIL on these things. I think when they sell these maintenance packages, and let's all be realistic here, it all boils down to money sometimes. I'm thinking that, let's just make them squeak every possible mile out of this oil. So they if you buy the maintenance package, well, you never need to change the oil. Well, wait a minute. I paid you $2,000 for that maintenance package. Well, yeah, but you don't need to change your oil because it's going to cost them money. You see what I'm saying? So be real careful with that and take it with a grain of salt. And in your case, 3,000 to 5,000 mile probably be ideal, for the rings to seat to the cylinder walls. And you're going to have some metallic get into oil when this happens. I mean, it's just the way a motor's made, After the ring seat, you get a little debris in there, a little metallic. Need to change it. Now, this is the other key to it. Do you know this hard-working little 2.0 engine in that Tiguan with this big, huge turbocharger on it that gets hotter than Hades? They want you to run 0-20 oil in this engine. Now, that's in my limited vocabulary. That's motor murder. You can't lubricate an engine with a big turbo on it like that with 0-20 to boot. If it was mine, it would have 0-30 AMSOIL Signature Series in it. That's going to give you about 33% more engine protection than the manufacturer is recommending. So you got some decisions to make, David. Thanks for your call.